Hi guys, are you looking for a gut healthy snack that can be whipped up faster than you can find your keys? Well, join me today in my kitchen as I'm sharing my top 5 gut friendly snacks inspired by the youthful people in the blue zones. These people have lived the longest, healthiest lives, and they don't waste time on snacks that leave them cranky and craving for junk food. They have it all figured out. Hey, I'm Leilani. I'm a chef, I'm a clinical nutritionist, and I'm a busy mum who believes food should be delicious, fast, and actually good for your gut. Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. So we'll be covering some snacks. First up, domades. Now, these are the best grab and go item that you can find. Not only are they good for your gut, but they're super convenient. So these ones are from the deli, but you can also get them in the can. And what I do is drain out that oil, and then I get extra virgin olive oil, put them out on a plate, pour a little bit of olive oil on top to give it a nice kind of Mediterranean, peppery, smooth feel. Then I squeeze a bit of lemon or lime, preferably lemon, but I don't have lemon. And the reason I do that is it adds a fresh zing to it, but also it helps the absorption of iron when you have vitamin C with your meals. What I've got on the side, completely optional, this is a garlic yogurt, so you could dip it in there, you could put anything you wanted, any other sauce, or you can just have them on their own. So what they are, essentially, is this is vine leaves. So you've got the vine leaves, which are packed with fiber, polyphenols, they're antioxidant, reduce inflammation, and they actually strengthen your gut lining. Inside these guys is rice. Now, these are like edible love letters to your gut because the cooked and cooled rice actually turns into a higher resistant starch. So they call it retrograde starch. And that's why these are so good for you, because when you eat cooked and cooled rice, whatever rice it is, this is just regular rice, it loses the ability for our enzymes to break it down. Not all of it, but it has a greater proportion. So it becomes food for your good gut bacteria. So that's why these snacks are inspired by the Mediterranean people. So that's number 1, domades, and you serve them cold, just so you know. All right, snack 2 is edamame. Now you might have had this at sushi restaurants when you head out, but you can also buy them frozen, put them in boiling water for 5 minutes or 4 minutes and drain them, and poof, they're ready. So you can just add them like that, or add them to a bowl like that, and put some salt, or in my case, I've just got a bit of sesame oil and soy, and I'm just going to drizzle it on top just to add a little bit more flavor, or just sesame oil, it doesn't really matter. And just to make them beautiful, I'll add a little bit of sesame seeds, but you don't have to do that. Now this is what the packet looks like. You can get it frozen. And these are young soybeans, so they are packed with protein. So 1 cup has got 18 grams of protein and all 9 essential amino acids. And the other thing is when you eat them, you're actually going to not eat the shell, but you're going to eat out the pod. So if you can see here, if I use my teeth, that's what I do in my mouth as I squeeze it out. So you're only going to eat this beautiful little green thing. And that's got tons of fiber. It's also a mood enhancer. It contains L-dopa, which is a dopamine precursor. And so that makes you kind of feel good. So packed with fiber, packed with protein, packed with mood enhancers. It takes under 5 minutes to make. It's a great snack for your kids. My son loves it, or for yourself, or even when you're out. Choose this over something fried. Snack 3. This is one of my go-to snacks, and I know you're going to love it. The first thing is hummus. I mean, it's everywhere. Hummus is a great way to introduce gut-friendly ingredients and gut-friendly foods into your diet daily. Because if you do get bloated with beans, it's nice to just start slowly so that you can build up your beneficial bacteria that break them down so you sort of don't get uncomfortably bloated if you have a whole bowl. So start small and preferably make your own, but if you don't make your own hummus, get a really kind of good quality brand if you can. This is the one I use in Australia, and the reason is because it uses extra virgin olive oil and not canola oil. I usually make my own, but like, let's be honest, life is so busy. You don't always have time to make your own hummus, but it is a lot cheaper. And you can use organic chickpeas, says the nutritionist, and I get it. There's no judgment. You don't have to be perfect. Now you can have that with whatever you want, bread, sourdough bread preferably, but one of my favorite things to pair it with are these crackers. So these are a seeded cracker. You can see there, you can get whatever brand you want, but why they're so good is because they're seeded, they're soaked seeds, they unlock the essential nutrients like magnesium and zinc, and they have the perfect crunch, and they also are gluten-free. So they're really, really nice to add with this. They've got lots of micronutrients. And then the actual hummus itself, it has chickpeas, which contains, they're little nuggets of gold. They're called raffinose. It's a really powerful prebiotic fiber that feeds the beneficial microbes like a gourmet buffet. So these are one of my go-to for my family. If it's the afternoon, they've come back from school and they want something. I'm not a big fan of vegetable sticks, so I like these crackers. All right, the next snack is one of my favorites, particularly on, say, a Friday or a Saturday afternoon when I'm having a glass of champagne or Prosecco or rosé, and I just want something that's satiating and comforting, but also good for me. And what you might not know about these foods right here, they're actually probiotic powerhouses. So all of these foods are fermented. So this is a Mediterranean fermented feast for the gut. And it's also really, really delicious. So I'll talk you through it. This is a prosciutto di Parma. I get a really good quality prosciutto. I do spend extra money, and I do think you should. So this, when I look at the ingredients of something like this, and this comes from Italy, it is pork leg, sea salt. That's all it's got, nothing else. None of the chemicals, none of the weird nitrates. It is worth spending the extra money because I think that that's also where you can have a detrimental effect on the body if you're having too many preservatives. So love that prosciutto di Parma, or any kind of, you ask your butcher, is it a clean meat? Do they use nitrates? What's in it? Or just check the label. That's from the supermarket actually. Now, hard cheese. This is a blue cheese because I just had this, but you could use Comté or Parmesan. Anything that's harder is the bacteria actually, and there's a particular bacteria in here as well, and they all have different types. They break down the lactose so that it is easier for the body to digest it. So a lot of people have lactose issues, so they might get the runs after dairy, and I can talk about that in another class if you want, because that's a big one, and how to avoid it. So aged cheese, awesome for you. This is another meat. This is like a salami, traditionally fermented salami that I got from the butcher. Olives, you wouldn't believe, right? Olives actually have 200 types or more of beneficial bacteria. So these little salty gems are like probiotics in disguise. They're amazing for you. These ones are Kalamata. I really like the Sicilian green, but this is what I had in my fridge. That's that. I like the organic. It only costs an extra $1, and I think it's worth it. I don't always buy organic food. Now these crackers are Fin Crisp. My family's from Finland, so I grew up eating these. But if you want a really good cracker, they do have gluten, but I gotta say, these are sourdough, so it's fermented, so it's less a lot less gluten, and the rye actually is a type of fiber that is really good for feeding one of the dominant species in your gut that are really help you become resilient in your health. So I do like to opt for rye when I can. These can be a bit harder to find. I had to go to a deli to find them. They used to have them in the supermarket in Australia and they got rid of them. So that's a little bit sad for me. But I found them and that's all right. So let's move on to the next one. All right, my final snack, and probably my least healthy one out of all of them, but it still is healthy because these are predominantly beans. So I don't love to buy packaged stuff. I prefer to make it myself, but these are under 5-minute snacks. So I took these out, I put them in the toaster. I would usually serve them with some salsa or guacamole, and it looks a bit boring without them, but my son loves them. And have a look, you can get any different brand in your country, but the important thing is that beans is the #1 ingredient. So beans are like tiny powerhouses of gut-friendly fiber, and they're packed with resistant starch, soluble fiber, and prebiotics. So they're like gut cheerleaders, and they support your microbiome. They help you feel fuller longer. And although I would love to make these from scratch, and I do recommend that you make them in bulk and freeze them and then take them out, you can now buy them in the supermarket. These ones are from Woolies and they're organic, so I just prefer that because sometimes beans, they're highly sprayed, so you can react to the chemicals on them. Now what I try to do is I'll go to the health food store, try to find a cleaner brand. So that means you've got the first number of ingredients that aren't oil, right? So that's always a warning sign. If the first, second, or third ingredient's canola oil, don't eat it. It is just so rancid for you, and it will age you a lot faster and hurt your gut at the same time. So these ones, I looked at the label and it just basically had quinoa, it had black beans, chickpeas, red quinoa, some parsley, some carrots, and then at the end it was a little bit of oil and then some cumin and that kind of thing. So it didn't have all those weird words, and that's what I look for. I'm a label person. I know it seems like such a pain to do, but if you do it bit by bit, so you find your favorite granola brand that has the least amount of sugar, then you know for future that's the one you like. And so I do it bit by bit every week. I try to add a little bit of clean, so then over time, rather than overhauling everything in 1 month and just going crazy, just do it in little doses. All right, there you have it. My 5 favorite gut-friendly snacks under 5 minutes. Try them out. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite and if you do anything different. I love to share recipe ideas and get inspired. So maybe what's your favorite sauce to put with the patties, or what's your favorite cheese that you like, hard cheese? Let's talk about it. Let's get healthy together, because this day and age, so many people are sick. So we need to actually be proactive, start learning how to cook, throw together foods that will actually nourish your gut, your brain, your body, instead of starting to harm it more and more every day. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you in the next video. There you have it, folks. 5 snacks inspired by the world's healthiest people, all ready in 5 minutes or less. So whether you're packing lunch, dodging afternoon cravings, or just trying to feel like a snack superstar, these recipes have got you covered. If you follow my channel, you know that I love beans because I think they are the best food source to build up your microbiome army. But if beans make you bloated, it could be a sign that your gut really needs some TLC, because low fiber diets can reduce your levels of beneficial bacteria over time, which can leave you reacting to a lot more foods and things like amines and salicylates and histamines. Now, they can show up as respiratory symptoms, so sneezing, coughing, even asthma-like reactions. digestive discomfort, nausea, diarrhea, constipation, just constant bloating, or often skin issues. So itchy skin, eczema, unexplained rashes, definitely headaches, migraines, especially after, say, red wine or fermented foods. So these symptoms might point to a histamine intolerance or other gut imbalances. But don't worry, it's not forever. There's ways to help your body. And that's why I've created my gut health course. It's a step-by-step guide for busy people who want to transform their gut health. It's packed with practical tips, including how to reintroduce beans and other foods like dairy and gluten into your diet without the drama. Let's be real, beans are a total game changer for your microbiome, and once your gut is thriving, it's much easier to maintain long-term health and weight. So check out the link below for more details. And if you want a free guide to eating out for a healthier gut, join my email list. It's in the link below. It's packed with tips and tricks you can start using today. Now, if you're loving these ideas, let me know in the comments which snack you'll try first, and then share your own gut-friendly snack twist. So together, let's snack smarter and make your gut healthier, one bite at a time. Bye, guys.